Greetings, Southern Cameroon. Greetings, Ambazonia. This is King H, the King of Ambazonia, the Pan-African King, the spiritual leader speaking. This area I've noticed that several people are writing about the leadership of Southern Cameroon or the leadership of Ambazonia. How our frontline leaders are not united and how they're creating different governments or different government while we already have an interim government in place. And don't forget, all these governments that have been created, none have successfully defeated the forces of the Republic, the terrorist forces of the Republic, the Cameroon. None. Our leaders must start working. They should have done that a long time ago, but they must work together coming this 2019 as a team. That's what the people of Southern Cameroon wants, and that's what they must give to the people of Southern Cameroon. They are all interested in the leadership role, but they are not doing what a leader is supposed to do to make sure that Southern Cameroon citizens are safe and secure from this ruthless terrorist group known as Republic of Cameroon. To have a strong government, the frontline leaders must come together and work as a team. Strong government needs all strong leadership working together as a team, not fighting among themselves. They're spending so much time fighting among themselves instead of working together. Remember, so long as we don't free Southern Cameroon, we'll never have a country of our own. So it doesn't matter if you're for Dr. Sako or Dr. Ayaba or Dr. Akwanga or any other of the frontline leaders. So long as the ground zero is not secure from the terrorist forces of the Republic of Cameroon, it's not successful. If we don't successfully defeat the forces of the Republic of Cameroon and take our state back and restore our independence, all this fighting for governmentship or this government or that government or this, when we don't have control of the land, is useless. 2019 is just around the corner. The leadership of Southern Cameroon must upgrade themselves. We need change within the interim government, and we must put other people. Change does not necessarily mean that you should remove Dr. Sako and put somebody else. No, but we need other frontline leaders involved in the leadership role. Our leaders must sit and talk to one another. Not talk as if they're giving orders or as if they can sit and express themselves. But they must be able to feel comfortable among themselves, to share opinions and ideas without being judged, and to create policies that will be applicable to all the frontline groups of Southern Cameroon. Many of our activists are spending time, hours and hours, insulting other frontline leaders to raise their own leaders. That's not gonna do anything to help the revolution, to make sure that we have a successful military on the ground. Southern Cameroon. It seems as if our leaders don't want to listen to the people. And the activists are just doing whatever they want to do to help by their leaders. In the process, the people of Southern Cameroon are suffering more, are dying more. Because let me tell you something. The amount of time we spend fighting among ourselves leaves our people open for the picking, for the easy access to the terrorist group of La République du Cameroon, to the terrorist military group of La République du Cameroon, who don't care, whose job only is to make sure that we are afraid, and in order to put fear in us, they burn our houses, they kill our people, they rape our women, they do all kinds of stuff just to make sure we become weak and weary. And when we look up to the leaders who are supposed to be doing the genuine job to make sure that we come out of this strong, they are spending more time fighting among themselves. Southern Cameroon needs one leadership, but that does not mean that we don't need leaders. We need many leaders, but among those leaders, we need one leadership, and all the frontline leaders, all of them, need to stop attacking each other and start discussing. Sit on the round table and discuss the issues that concern Southern Cameroon and how to make it better, how to create stronger military, and how to make sure that they have the arms and ammunition they need to fight the war that is going on the ground. It is ridiculous that our leaders don't want to work with one another, find excuses, reasons why they cannot. All I have to do is sit down, discuss the issues, make the policies, try to implement them so that it could work smoother. Our military groups shouldn't be fighting among themselves, but to focus on who is attacking us, like Republic of Cameroon, who wants to wipe us out from our territory. Southern Cameroonians, the leadership of Ambazonia, the leadership of Southern Cameroon is deplorable. They still have that French Francophone mentality. All they want to do is be the leader, but they don't want to really do what leadership does. Being a leader takes more than just saying I'm a leader. Being a leader is being able to feel what the people are feeling and try to live up to what that is needed to be done to make sure that is done. It's really sad. It's really, really sad for Southern Cameroon, because it seems like the leaders of Southern Cameroon are still giving the same style of leadership they have had for the past 57 years, from La République du Cameroon to the people of Southern Cameroon. The same style of leadership. They are mentally enslaved. That's exactly what I'm seeing from the leadership of Southern Cameroon. They are mentally enslaved from the Francophone style leadership. And so long as that mindset is not free, the leadership that we need to make sure that our independence of Southern Cameroon is cemented will not happen. We need better leadership from the interim government, better leadership from Dr. Sako, better leadership from uh, Ayabacho, Dr. Akwanga. And I watched Dr. Akwanga's last video. Very on point. Very on point. You know. But we need, Southern Cameroonians need more. It's not just about asking money. It's about using the money that you have to implement what is needed to be done. Use what you have to obtain what you need. What does Southern Cameroon need? Freedom, independence, sovereignty. And how are we going to achieve that with such bad leadership? The leadership of Southern Cameroon, all the frontline leaders, it's bad. Too bad. Too bad. We need change from 2019 so that we can actually win this goddamn war. And so that our people will not be sleeping in bushes and running from this and that for whatever reason. We need better leadership. Southern Cameroon needs better leadership, and Southern Cameroon must have better leadership. If we don't win this war, Southern Cameroonians, we have the leadership of Southern Cameroon, of Ambazonia, from Dr. Sako to Akwanga to Ayaba, Bohabet, the rest. We have them to blame. As Dr. Akwanga said, freedom is like life. When life is gone, when your freedom is taken, that's it. Freedom is like life. So we must do whatever it takes to defeat La République du Cameroon. Whatever it takes. Any means necessary. Ambazonians, Southern Cameroonians, we must stay focused on the revolution. The block by block strategy is excellent. So is the county by counties. The county by county is also excellent. These are all ways to defeat the forces of La République. Combine the block by block and county by county, using groups that we have from all the 13 counties, working within each county, multiple groups working within each county will be able to flush out the forces of the Republic and defeat them within the 13 counties that we have. But some people say, oh, block by block is not good, so county by county is not good. My dear, they're all the same shit. It's how you apply them. They're all the same shit. It's how you apply them and use them for your advantage. The county by county looks at it from a county perspective. The block by block looks at it from just, a street or a couple of streets put together and defeating the forces of La République or the terrorist group of La République within that street. Where you find where you find the soldiers that you're fighting, within that block and you eradicate them. And then now you look at this from the county the county perspective, using all the military within the counties, the groups of military within the counties of southern Cameroon, and defeating the forces of the Republic in that county, working with other groups to make sure. So the county by county, there's nothing wrong with county by county, and there's nothing wrong with block by block. Integrate it, make it work. We can make this shit work better. But most of the leaders only focus on their own ideas, that their idea is the best, and that they should listen to them. No, you gotta listen to everybody and you listen to every leaders, and all the leaders must listen to one another. All Ambazonian or Southern Cameroon leaders must listen to one another. This shit is a collective thing. It's not a one-person thing. Jesus Christ is not gonna come down on earth to save us. No international community is coming to save us. We got ourselves. Those on the ground and those in the diaspora. Those are your brothers you count on. Those are the people you count on. And if we cannot count on each other in a time like this, then it is not possible that we're going to defeat the Republic of Cameroon. If we keep accusing each other, instead of finding ways to build bridges with one another, so that we can stand together and defeat the forces, the demonic forces of La Republic of Cameroon, we can actually do this, Southern Cameroonians. We can actually win this war. This is an opportunity of a lifetime, and we shouldn't lose this opportunity, because when we lose this opportunity, we might never be able to get it back. When we lose this opportunity, we might never be able to get this back. So we must work as a cohesive force. Those on the ground, the soldiers fighting, must work with one another. All the military groups, stop fighting among yourselves and stay focused. The main enemy stopping us is La Republic of Cameroon. Let's focus on them. Less on the in-house fighting. Of course, there will be in-house fighting, but we shouldn't let that demoralize us and bring us down. We should concentrate on that. Concentrate that energy on fighting the forces of La Republic and defeating the forces of La Republic. We can do that. Using block by block, using county by county. We can blend both. How do we blend both? All the military groups in each county, all the military groups in each county working as a cohesive group, watching each other's back. Unity is the key. Unity, standing together as one, brothers in arms. We are brothers in arms. Those on the ground and those in the diaspora, we are brothers in arms. Because the people that are dying are us. And you can see the Republic is killing us because they know we are not their brothers. They see us as enemies and they're killing us. We should see them as enemies and work with our brothers in arms to destroy, obliterate, eradicate the forces of La Republic, the demonic forces of La Republic of Cameroon. This is King Echu, the king of Ambazonia, the spiritual leader speaking. Share my videos. Till next time.